What's up, guys? This is a tour of the Chuck E. Cheese in Foothill Ranch, California, which is by Lake Forest, California. And Lake Forest used to have an old Pizza Time theater, so this location and Laguna Hills are the two closest, and I believe one or the other got replaced because of the closed Lake Forest store. So this location opened right after the Lake Forest store closed. I believe it was like 2003, so it's pretty old, but this is a very cool location because it's pretty rare. It's pretty hard to get to. And this location actually has one of the original dance floors and the original 2.0 remodels. As you can obviously tell, it looks a lot different. So it actually doesn't even have the screen. It literally just has dots of color, I guess. That's literally it. And it's raised on this platform, and it's massive too, which is kind of interesting. But it's literally just dots, so it's not really interactive at all. But this is what it looks like. It's pretty rare. Like I said, this is one of the first 2.0s, but still a pretty interesting store. So we're gonna do a walk around, show you guys everything that they have here in Foothill Ranch. But over here is the third station. We're gonna show the front desk after this. Here's the pickup station and the restrooms. And over here they have the 5 Chuck E. Cheeses that I've seen basically everywhere. And don't mind the loud vacuum. They are currently closing the store in a little bit, so I wanted to get this tour in before they close the store. But here are the silhouettes of the characters. They used to have a Studio C beta, I think, here, but here are all the silhouettes. So Chuck E. Cheese, Helen, Mr. Munch, Jasper, and Pasquale. These look the same, but it's cool because they are see-through. So they are see-through plastic. That is pretty cool, super unique, and they put them over the wall, and the color of the wall is in the background, so that's pretty cool. It's kind of unique. I don't think those have been at every single store. They also have a party sign over there, and here's the full showroom stage area with all of the party tables and everything. And like I said, here is the dance floor and the TVs up there. There are 6 total, so 3 on each side. And here is that dance floor that I was talking about, which is kind of rare because it's one of the original ones. And this is one of the only Chuck E. Cheese's in California with one of the original dance floors. I can see why they didn't put this out, and they since improved the dance floor, because this one looks kind of lame in my opinion. If every 2.0 looked like this would be even more depressing. It already is depressing. So we're gonna take a look at all of the games here. They have some cool ones, so they have a lot of new games here too. So we're gonna take a look. Here's the photo ride with the Chucky right there. Pretty cool. This is the new photo ride. Here is an Octonauts ride. I think someone pointed it out in another video. I've seen this before. Here is another ride. It's a cup. Here is Hammer Fun with the Chuck E. Cheese characters right there. That is pretty cool. Game that you don't see very often. Here is Hammerhead, another game you don't see very often. Here is Dinosaur Catcher, which is a game that you see often. It's kind of a dumb game. I've never understood it ever. Here is Bunny Pond. And here is Circus Toss, which is the easiest arcade game in existence. Here is a bus ride. And here's the classic Chuck E. Cheese sketchbook. Hopefully this doesn't go anywhere because this is a very, very classic and iconic Chuck E. Cheese game. Here is something kind of rare. It's Bike Rally at UNS. It's pretty cool. It's a mini bike arcade game. Over here is Super Big Rig, which is a truck. You actually get to go inside the truck and like drive. That's pretty cool. Here is the Teeter Totter Castle, which is pretty hard. They have it here. And here is a Hungry Chickens, which is pretty cool as well. And in reference to the games, there is the stage, and there are some booths in the middle and all around, which is pretty cool. I don't see any of the lights or anything, so you can obviously tell this is one of the earliest 2.0s. They don't even have the lights or anything. Here is something pretty rare, Lumberjack, which we played before, but you try to get the little lumber man, you try to get it directly on the light. It's like a Jurassic World like car game in a way. It's like similar to that game. It's pretty rare. Here is Hollywood Reels. Jackpot's $3.59. It's a fun game. Here is a Treasure Quest wheel. This one looks very nice and clean. Over here is the Monopoly. We went up to 450 tickets, which is pretty good for a Chuck E. Cheese jackpot. Here is Black Hole. They have it here. It's only 50, and this is like a terribly hard arcade game. Here's a Monster Drop right there. It's a single one. Here's that sketchbook that I was talking about over there. Over here, they have a different blocks. The jackpot is 100. There's actually a bunch of swipes on it, but I'm not gonna play it right now. Here is the Dog Pounder and a Jumpin' Fantasy. Here is a ring toss, but this is cool because this is a smaller ring toss, so it actually doesn't have all of the rows. There's only 6 rows. I think there's usually 8. but it's different because the point values are a lot different. So the red is 50 instead of 80, and you need 450 to win. So that's a really unique ring toss game that you don't see very often. Here is a down the climb for 100, a 2-minute drill for a whopping 5 tickets. That's terrible. There are 4 alley rollers here, 46,000 for 50. There are all the tickets back there, and the where a kid can be a kid sign is over there. So those are pretty standard. Here is the NBA hoops. There are 2 of them. You get 175 points to win 100 tickets. It's kind of high. Here is an Iceman, a sideshow, which is a pretty cool game. Fishbowl Frenzy, the jackpot's 10. That's also terrible. And over here is the classic Pop It for Gold, Chuck E. Cheese, Pop It for Gold. Very awesome game. Here is Terminator Salvation. Just another common game. Here is the SpongeBob Pineapple Arcade Coin Pusher at a Chuck E. Cheese, and the jackpot's 150 for the set. Here is the Sonic and Tails Spinner. That's pretty cool. Actually, it's just a Sonic Spinner. Usually it has Tails on it, but this one's only a Sonic Spinner. It's still a pretty cool game. It's like the SpongeBob one. Here is the Chuck E. Cheese Birthday Party. And over here is Temple Run. Very, very fun game. Highly underrated. Here's a new game for the 2.0. It's Tightrope. They got this when they got the 2.0 a while back. Again, there's 3 credits and I'm not gonna play it. Over here, there are some Cruising Blasts, so there are 2 Cruising Blasts. Here is the Fruit Ninja FX, single one. Over here is a Whack-A-Win for 100. Here is Aliens Extermination, Big Bass Wheel Pro. And what's interesting about this store is that they have an eating area over here. It's like separated. Usually there's games over there, but it's usually never like an eating area. So they have a lot more tables here, but those lights are the lights I guess that I missed. But they have a purple shade. They usually have like a yellow one, but this one has they have purple shades. So pretty cool. And then the booths are the same as the 2.0, but you usually don't see this like wall separated off, which is kind of interesting. Here is the Chuck E. Cheese photo booth, the classic one. And here is Monstrous, which is a pretty rare coin pusher. Not like terribly rare, but still very rare. Here, there are a lot of new games. So right in the front, they have Monopoly Roll and Go. And back here in the corner, they have a Nerf arcade. You only need 103,000 to win. That is literally so easy. Anyone can do that. Here is the classic Big Win Super Spin. Chuck right there. Jackpot's 100. Tons of tickets, which is also new. And 2 of the Red Hots. And it doesn't have any of the Chuck E. Cheeses right here. So maybe this came from somewhere else. It literally is a generic Red Hot. Usually they have a Chucky on there. So that is quite interesting. And last but not least, there are a couple more games. So here's the Get Hooked Harpoon Lagoon. A claw machine with absolutely nothing in it, the Eiffel Tower, and last but not least, right in the front is also a new game, pretty rare for Chuck E. Cheese too, Centipede Chaos 3-player. That's pretty cool. So that is basically it for all the games. And like I said, there is the price counter and the front desk, pretty standard, just a U1. Basically, like every other 2.0. It is very generic though. But again, here are the prizes and everything, so if you guys want to take a look, you can. That is basically it. So this is the full tour of the Chuck E. Cheese in Foothill Ranch, California. It's near Lake Forest, California. It's a pretty interesting store. Definitely one of the weirdest looking 2.0s I've ever seen. And one of the first ones too. So I kind of see some changes that they made for the future 2.0s. Like obviously this dance floor is pretty pathetic. Comment down below if you guys think that this is pathetic. Because the new one's actually not bad. But this one is just absolutely terrible. And if you guys want to see a close zoom in, it literally is just little tiny rainbow dots. They're super spread apart, so pretty terrible. But again, this is the Chuck E. Cheese in Foothill Ranch 2.0 remodel. If you guys like what you see, like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below which location I should go to next. I do these videos all the time, so comment down below your thoughts, and I will see you guys in the next tour.